Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. I'm Brian. Thanks for joining me for today's video, where as you can see, we're going to endeavor to make a couple of improvements to this Savage 110 Tactical. And this is kind of part of the budget long-range precision rifle series I'm doing. I'm not going to number these things. There's going to be a bunch of videos in there, but this will be applicable whether or not you're trying to set up a precision rifle or not. If you're just trying to mount a scope on any rifle, a deer gun or a long-range rifle or whatever, this is going to be hopefully a really helpful video for you. So I bought this Tifton Ultra Gun Vise. You might have seen in another video as a bundle with this Wheeler professional reticle leveling system. I learned about both of these on Paramount Tactical video channel, so I encourage you to check them out. Full disclosure, if you watch many of my videos, look, you know that I am not an expert on any of this stuff. I am learning as I go, and I'm just trying to bring you along with me so we can learn together. But I did have a scope already mounted on here, and I made that video, and I realized, you know, I'm just not happy with the accuracy of maybe my mounting, so I got a different vise, and I got this, and I bought this, and I'm gonna try to do a little better job of mounting the scope than I did the first time. So let's just talk about it real quickly, and we'll get to using this thing. So again, it's important that the scope crosshairs, especially the vertical crosshair, is vertically above the center of the barrel, and it's straight, so that when you're looking through that thing, when it's straight up and down and it's level, that you're directly over the barrel. If it's off, that means you're going to be canting your barrel a little bit, so really you're going to be slightly off because there's an offset here. You're going to be slightly off target. At 100 yards, it's probably not going to matter. At 400, 500, 600 yards and on, it definitely will matter. The further out you go, the more it matters. So I think it's very important to get this thing level. So I tried other options with other little levels and stuff, but I saw this. I'll stop rambling and show it to you. What's really cool about this is, instead of trying to just put a level here and put a level, it puts a level on the barrel itself, and then you have another reference level you can use for wherever you need to use it, on the scope, on the rail, whenever. So here's what this thing looks like. You've got two levels here, and one of them clamps on the barrel, and one of them is just rest on something. So this one, for example, will rest on top of your scope turrets, on top of your caps, your cap bases, your ring bases, or even on your Picatinny rail. So the first step in using this, we're going to go right to the ball game. Now, I'm not going to mount a scope on this video because I have to do that as a separate video where I can split it out and put the actual mounting part on my website, because YouTube, they don't allow me to do that. Or at least if I do that, they will kind of ghost ban it and not demonetize it, not promote it, and it just you might not even know it's there. So anyway, that being said, first thing you're going to want to do is loosen these up. These little lock nuts here. It's got some lock nuts right here. And actually, instead of me trying to explain that to you with words, let me give you a little close up and I'll just show you. Because as a guy that I went to a plumbing class with one time says, I can show you quicker than I can tell you. Okay, so we've got two levels here. We have this one that you can set on top of your scope base, your Picatinny rail, on top of your rings, your scope turrets. This is going to be the kind of the reference level to begin with, though. We're going to sit it up there and try to go ahead and adjust the rifle so it's pretty close to level now in the vise. And it is. I don't know if you can see that, but the bubble is right in the middle. And you don't have to see that. You can trust me on that. I'm just trying to show you how this thing works. Now, because this has a fluted barrel, I'm going to put it on the round part to make it a little easier right beyond the fluting, and kind of tighten it down evenly as we go. And then also, one thing I forgot to tell you, so this is the adjustment screw. This will bring this end up or down. This is how you fine-tune the level. But you want to kind of put that in the middle of the adjustment range. So screw it all the way down and then about halfway back up. Does that make sense? I hope so. So now we've got this thing kind of tightened down. I'm going to put it on the round part. And the reason I put it on the round part, by the way, is because when I tried it earlier on the fluted part, it wants to move when you tighten it down. And I want this thing to be pretty close to the center, because that way I don't have to have a whole lot of adjustment in it to adjust it. So that's pretty close to the center now. I'm going to go back and check this one, and it is very close to the center. So the goal is to tighten. Now you want to tighten your vise up or whatever you have to do to make sure this thing is, the rifle itself is level this way. This way is not critical. This way, here, horizontally. And now you can go back to this and you can adjust this. If the bubble's on this side, you want to tighten it down. If the bubble's on the side where the adjustment knob is, you want to tighten it down, and so that's going to lower that and push the bubble towards the middle. And then when you get it right in the middle, like it is there, so that means now this rifle is level this way. At least the base and the mounting stuff is level this way. Now, when we put the rings and all that on, we'll have to double check every stage to make sure there's not any variance there. But right now, the rifle itself is level, and I'm just going to show you that. Let's take it off. So you can see that bubble there is level. It's very, very close. Well, now it's bumped off a little bit. So we're level there. And let's look up here. Actually, we're just a little off there. We're still a little off there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten this down just a little more. I mean, just a little. Back up a little bit now. We're right in the center now. And we're still right in the center there. And that is how you use this Wheeler professional reticle leveling system. It just absolutely works. A couple things I forgot to mention because I wasn't reading my notes, but it basically has some pads on it so you don't scratch your pretty surface up like I've already done mine. And then it's adjustable to fit around even shotguns. So if you want to put a scope on a shotgun or whatever for a slug gun mostly, just very, 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 very useful tool for getting exactly right. You don't have to worry about another level balancing on here. I was using one that clamps on the pick rail from Vortex, but it was kind of in the way of the scope rings and stuff. So this absolutely makes sure that everything stays level. And throughout the whole process of mounting the scope, the key is you've got a reference level here. You just keep checking on that, and you can make sure that everything stays level. So that's it. That's the Wheeler Professional Reticle Leveling System. It's a really great little tool. About $60 on Amazon. I think it's well worth it. And this one actually, this one also, by the way, if you need to adjust it, it has little adjustment screws here. If you find somewhere that's perfectly level, and the way to check that, by the way, is to check it with another level. So you put it on another level right here, and then you make sure the one level is level, and then you can make sure, see how it goes with the other one. And it looks to me like, well, let's see, maybe put it here, where there's on the machine surface. So if I got this one level, when one is level, the other's level. And that's how you level your levels. So anyway, there you go. I'll quit rambling. Again, I learned about this from Paramount Tactical. I learned about this tool. That's a really good tool. I encourage you to check them out. I don't even know those guys. They don't know me. I'm not getting paid by them or anything. I'm just trying to give credit where credit is due. So I hope this video has been helpful. Encourage you, if you want to learn with me, stick around. We're going to go through this thing. We're going to mount this scope. We're going to get this thing zeroed in. We're going to probably even going to reload some ammo for it going down the road here. And again, I'm learning all this as I go. So hopefully that's at least a gauge. You can see how easy it is, because if I can do it without too much doofus going on, then you can probably do it too. So anyway, that's it. I really, really appreciate you watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident. So be prepared. I'll see you next time.